They be like, what it be like? Light, you already know what it is. It's your boy KevinLee with the fight predictions for UFC 244. All right, I'm online right now. Just pulled up the fight card. And truth be told, the main fight card is super fire, okay? Just super fire all the way through. The prelims, prelims, the main event on the prelims, CoreyAnderson versus Johnny Walker. Gotta go. Gotta see that one. Gotta see that one. Everything else, man, is Andre Arlovsky, Brad Tavares down here, and a bunch of other cats that, you know, Shane Burgos. I've seen him fight a couple times. He kind of fired, but no attention. No attention is really going down there. The early prelims, I mean, this is kind of what you expect on early prelims. We ain't even going down there. But I'm going to start with CoreyAnderson versus Johnny Walker, okay? This fight is probably one of the most important fights in the light heavyweight division for the simple fact that you got somebody like CoreyAnderson that has been a staple in the division, or at least should be, right? But hasn't seemed to get, been on an awesome win streak, but he ain't really getting no love. He's a wrestling heavy fighter, which really ain't nothing wrong with that. Wrestling has proven to be pretty much the best foundation for any fighter in the UFC, outside your unicorns like Israel Adesanya, you know, the champ. But I mean, truth be told, wrestling is very, very strong. And if you're fighting John Jones, which both of these guys are going for eventually, hopefully, you need to have a wrestling base. And I think it's a really good test for Johnny Walker because he has proven to be flashy, have power, one hit, knockout power with his hands, with his feet. The knees are crazy. His elbows are crazy. But can he handle a wrestler? What's his takedown defense look like? You know what I mean? And his last few fights, I mean, honestly, he ain't even been in the ring or the octagon for like 2 minutes combined with all his UFC fights. And that's kind of, you know, it's kind of scary because you don't want to be in a fight with a John Jones not knowing if you're going to gas out after the first round. You know what I mean? So this is going to be a great fight. I feel like if CoreyAnderson can stay safe, right? If he can stay safe and not get caught off guard or out of position early, then he can kind of have his way with Johnny Walker. If Johnny Walker doesn't have a ground game. Now, I personally, the last fight I seen Johnny Walker in, I called for the John Jones fight right off rip. He got the size, he got the height, he got the reach, and he got power, like real power. So I really want to see him fight John Jones. So my pick is Johnny Walker, a KO. I don't want to do it in the first round. I want to do it in the second just so we can see him outside of his comfort zone a little bit. But CoreyAnderson is a hard task, man. But if I'm gonna put money on, I'm gonna put the show money on Johnny, right? His style is just crazy, and that's really what you want to see. You want to be entertained. You want to see the punches and bunches, the kicks, the excitement, and Johnny Walker delivers that. Now you go to the main card. You got Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz. You got KelvinGastelum versus DarrenTill at 185. You got Stephen Wonderboy versus VicenteLuque. That's going to be killer. You got DerrickLewis versus BlagoyIvanov. I know I butchered his name, but that's we're gonna get there. And then we got KevinLee versus GregorGillespie. Now, this main card is fire all the way through. Every single one of these fights are very, 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 very competitive. We're going to see some action. We're going to see some finishes. But let's start at the bottom of the key. That's KevinLee versus GregorGillespie. First look, GregorGillespie. First off, we got to realize this is a lightweight fight. Lightweight. KevinLee's going back down to 155. Okay? That's a big deal. That's where he had a lot of his main success. Just let's take in mind that KevinLee has had some amazing fights at 155. Yes, he came up short against Tony Ferguson. Yes, he got Al Alaquinte pretty much beat the brakes off my boy. But the boy has had a lot of success. He has a lot of success. And he's probably the biggest test that GregorGillespie has faced thus far. And from the outside looking in, first glance, realistically, they're the same fighter. I personally feel like GregorGillespie got the cleaner striking, but they're the exact same. They have wrestling base. They're both Division I. They're going for takedowns. They're going for ground and pound. They're going for submissions. The stand-up, like I said, I give the slight edge to Gregor. But KevinLee can box. The brother got hands. But I don't think he wants to get stuck in a striking match. I think he's going to kind of be on his wrestling base. He's going to try to mix it up good here and there. But this is the test for Gregor to shine. And realistically, I think he is. My heart, I want KevinLee to shine, man. The brother has had a lot of more downs than ups ever since the loss to Tony. And he lost to Tony, then he beat Edison, Barboza. And then after that, man, he's had a lot of problems. And my boy seems delusional at times. But I feel like it's that he came in with that cocky confidence. And getting beat like he's been getting beat here has really shook things up for him. And that's why he's going up to Canada and he's training with George St. Pierre. Let's think about it. He's training with the GOAT, man. Okay? And he's working on his game. But this is a tall task for him as well. I think this is probably Gregor's fight to lose. It is the win. But if he makes cocky decisions in this fight, I could see KevinLee taking it. But if he stays on his game plan and stay on his bike, pretty much doing what he's been doing, I think he's gonna finish KevinLee probably in the second round. Heavyweight bout, DerrickLewis versus I'm gonna just call him the Bulgarian because I don't want to butcher the brother's name just simply out of respect. I really want to see DerrickLewis win, but seeing the problems that my brother has been having with wrestlers, and let me see something real quick. They got Bygone Alvin. Let me see. He is a mixed martial artist and a Sambo practitioner. You know what that means, fellas? He is a wrestling machine. And we know what happens to DerrickLewis whenever he gets on his back and he's getting wrestle screwed. He ain't getting back up. If he gets controlled on the ground, it's going to be bad for him, man. I think we all know that. We've seen what Daniel Cormier did. But, hey, everybody ain't DC. But I feel like if DerrickLewis can stay at range and throw them bangers like he's known to do, the Black Beast is going to win with the KO. But if he gets taken down once, it's a wrap. Because it's going to zap all his energy. And then it's kind of down here from there. Let's see DerrickLewis win again. I want to see him. Let's make DerrickLewis great again, okay? DerrickLewis, you got to get the win, bro. I'm gonna pick DerrickLewis, but if you put money on it, go with the Bulgarian because he's Sambo, he wrestling. He gonna put my man down and he's gonna win. He's a decision machine. I looked at his record a little earlier. He get a lot of decisions, so that means he's durable. DerrickLewis is probably the highest level as far as ranking opponent that he's faced. So, I mean, you can take that with a grain of salt. But, hey, we'll see. That's why we like fights. We want to see what'll happen. My pick, DerrickLewis. Next, we got Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus VicenteLuque. VicenteLuque is a dog. He got some great striking. We saw him go toe-to-toe with Mike Perry and bust his nose all the way to the white meat. Brother had to have surgery and everything. Like it was probably the worst broken nose I've ever seen. VicenteLuque he's got great jiu-jitsu. He's got ground game, but he's predominantly an aggressive pressure fighter. He likes coming forward, and we all know what happened with people that like coming forward with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. VicenteLuque is getting KO'd. Sorry. Next fight. That was quick. But next fight, KelvinGastelum versus DarrenTill. This whole plane situation has me thinking that DarrenTill might miss weight at 185. Dang. That's all I'm saying. If there's a bet online on if he's going to make weight, I'm probably putting money on that he's going to miss weight by about 2 pounds. That's sad. Hope he don't. But I seen him in some interviews, and the boy looks big, man. He looks stout. He looks like a 185er. But he's fighting KelvinGastelum. And I actually I watched some highlights. I watch how Darren fights with his chin up in the air, that wide stance. Man, that's like a full plate for KelvinGastelum. He gonna eat. If he comes in there with this wide stance, with his elbows way out here, he's getting lit up like a Christmas tree. I'm sorry. After seeing Jorge Masvidal, what he did to DarrenTill, me personally, when I saw that boy get KO'd, man, I was scared. I was scared. Whenever Jorge Masvidal said that he liked baptizing people and sending them somewhere else, he really did that to DarrenTill. I was scared for his children because they might not have no father whenever I saw Jorge catch him with the hands. When he rushed in with that switch stance and hit him with his, I believe it was an overhand left. And look who he's fighting. KelvinGastelum, man. That dude got hands. And his head movement is phenomenal. We saw him versus Izzy. And truth be told, he was giving Izzy all he could handle. So I think Izzy is a much more superior striker than DarrenTill, me personally. Much better defense, and he knows how to roll with punches a lot better. I feel like KelvinGastelum is going to KO DarrenTill viciously. And I really feel bad for it. I know there's a lot of UFC people, fans, we look at fights and we like it's a blood sport, but I realize these cats got families. These guys got kids. They doing this for a living. Also it's for entertainment. But truth be told, I don't want to see nobody get seriously injured or hurt. And if DarrenTill, no matter how much weight he doesn't have to cut, if he hasn't fixed the holes in his defense, he's going to get hurt. KelvinGastelum ain't playing. He's the real deal. Now, not to say that Darren does not have a chance. So in the comments below, if you wilding out, hey, relax. What I'm saying, DarrenTill has to fight at range. He must make sure that he keeps KelvinGastelum at the end of his punches. If KelvinGastelum gets inside of his range, he's going to fall just like Michael Bisping. And mind you, Michael Bisping did it with one eye, okay? Darren, you can see. Don't let KelvinGastelum get you. My pick, KelvinGastelum. Yes, Darren can. I hope Darren does good. I hope it's a well fought fight. That he makes a good showing of himself, and I do think his home should be at 185. But God dang, he's taking a big risk here. In the main event, Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz. Okay, I was talking to one of the homies about this fight, and a lot of people are saying that it's a BS title, and I don't really care about the title. This is what people got to get. In the interviews, Nate Diaz, well, first off, whenever he made the call out, he said he was defending his title, his baddest mother belt, right? That's what he was going to do. And he wanted to do it against Jorge Masvidal because he's proved that he's a bad MFer too, right? So, in interviews since, he said he didn't care about if the UFC made a title. He said that Nate Diaz, is the title. And that's really how fighting is anyway. It's not about a belt that you take from a person. It's about that name that you get to put on your resume. Because everything that they had, their accolades, you take them when you win the fight. Nate said he's the title. If Jorge beats him, he takes the title. We don't need a belt. But if UFC is flipping the bill for a belt that's valued at $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, why can't we celebrate? We should be happy for them. I'm happy these cats about to get them a payday. They deserve it. Let's look at the records. Nate Diaz, 20-11. He's been fighting for over 13 years. Jorge Masvidal, 34-13. 34-13. Okay, this, god dang. Jorge Masvidal has had 47 fights. 47 fights. Nate Diaz has had 31 fights. It's over 70 fights between these two. There's a lot of experience in this. And they coming out to fight. I'm really excited. I've been saying that I've really been torn. I've been torn through this, watching this matchup, through the build-up, really because we haven't had enough back and forth. I'm not really seeing how Jorge is reading Nate or Nate's reading Jorge. So you don't really get a sense of if anybody's intimidated, if anybody's got an edge over the other. But what I do sense is these dogs ready to scrap. They're ready to scrap. And I feel like, all right, Conor, he said in an interview with his little trash press conference that he felt Nate was going to win because he got much better boxing. That's Nate's base of his game. Well, jiu-jitsu. But his favorite thing to do is throw the hands. Everybody know that. They love throwing hands. And he has great boxing. Okay? Jorge has some great boxing too. And he's been putting people to sleep. To sleep. Jorge has extreme power. And it's based off his speed. His speed and precision when he switches stances and moves forward. That's how let's be real. He almost killed DarrenTill. Okay? When he switched stances and came in with that overhand left and hit DarrenTill, he froze him. His body locked up. When he ran across the octagon and hit Ben with that flying knee, he froze him. He almost killed that man. He cut the lights off. What is that? He baptizing people, man. I feel that Jorge Masvidal has exactly what it takes to beat Nate Diaz. Period. I feel that he has the power. I feel that he will knock Nate down multiple times in this fight if he can't finish him. he will knock him down. We've seen Nate dropped. Conor dropped Nate. And Conor is a much smaller man with power. We gotta give Conor the respect, you know, when he was active. He's got power. But it couldn't keep Nate down. Now Jorge, on the other hand, he's got power, but he can also wrestle. At American Top Team, man, you got, I know don't nobody like Kobe, right? Kobe Covington. But realistically, the boy, his wrestling is crazy. And Jorge had trained with him for years. All these cats in this gym have been training together, helping each other out, getting better over time. And we saw Jorge, we saw what happened to Ben Askren when he fought Damian Maia, right? Jorge fought Damian Maia a while back and went to decision. Let that sink in. Let that allow you to know how good Jorge's wrestling is. Damian Maia, Jorge Masvidal made it to decision, but Ben Askren, he couldn't. So we got phenomenal striking from both sides, from Jorge and Nate. We got jiu-jitsu from Nate. Jorge's got jiu-jitsu. I don't think he's on the level of where Nate Diaz in jiu-jitsu, but his wrestling, I feel like that's the difference maker. I'm going with Jorge. I'm going with Scarface, y'all. Yeah, I'm going with Scarface. Nate's the real deal, but I feel like the first 2 rounds, Jorge should be able to finish him. If he can't in the first 2, Nate might run away with it. But I think this is a Jorge fight. One thing I must say I was kind of nervous about, though, Jorge, he got his YouTube page. I follow Jorge Masvidal, Game Brig. He's got a lot of content going out, man. He's doing a lot of interviews. And it's, you know, you kind of worry about things like that, but that's the only thing about it, because Nate don't do a lot of interviews. He don't do a lot of that media stuff. But hey, that fight gonna be fire. I'm excited. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. So my picks, going back down, start from the main event of the prelims. I'm going with Johnny Walker. Yeah, going with Johnny Walker. Then I'm going with GregorGillespie for the win by TKO. Yeah, Johnny Walker by KO. GregorGillespie by TKO. Going with DerrickLewis by KO. First 2 rounds. I'm going with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, KO. I think, yeah, KO. Maybe round. I think they might feel each other out the first round, maybe second round. DerrickLewis probably going to get a knockout first round. Stephen Wonderboy second round. KelvinGastelum, KO, first round. And Jorge Masvidal with the W. Winning by finish. I don't know how he gonna send my man into outer space, because Nate stays so high, I don't think he can get knocked out. But we're gonna see. Because if there's anybody that can do it, Jorge will pop that cherry. So that's my picks. Kevin Light with the fights. Like, subscribe, comment below. Give me your picks. You know, I might parlay a little money on the side and put me a bet in. But hey, comment, subscribe, follow me. You know I'm gonna come with the fight reaction. At least for the main and co-main, I do a fight reaction. But Hey, man. Enjoy the fights. Till next time, be blessed, be encouraged. Tuck your chin, guard your grill. Till next time. Chill.